Ruffle Feathers TV, man. Welcome back to today's show of phony baloney. I promise you, this is not accurate. It is not real. This is cap. Knock it off. Promise you, people. I promise you. Look at this. Like, let's just get into it. Pulled this from World Star, man. It's about these coils. You'll see. Let's just get into this phony baloney, man.
Alleged discovery regarding one of the Great Pyramids of Giza. As you can imagine, this news has been met with all kinds of emotions across the stratosphere. You've got people that are excited, people skeptical, people outright angry. Zahi Hawass, he's probably the most famous Egyptologist in the world, the most mainstream person you could find. He came out with a blazing statement slamming the alleged discovery as fake news and calling the scientists a group of amateurs. He said this, quote, "All this information is completely wrong and has absolutely no scientific basis. They used techniques that are not approved nor validated." Now keep in mind, this is the same guy who has spent a career telling us with a straight face that the Great Pyramids are just tombs. But then we've got guys like Christopher Dunn, who's on the other side of the spectrum, who would be considered one of the leading alternative history researchers, an aerospace engineer who wrote the Giza power plant. He believes that the Great Pyramids of Egypt were sophisticated ancient generators of clean energy. They served to stimulate the release and collection of what's called electrons.
I'm being honest with you. Like, I'm getting sick and tired of all this pyramid energy and thinking like, okay, maybe they got some similarities and some things. They got some things like that make you believe that, right? But what the hell are we doing with this energy? They didn't have iPhones. They didn't have Wi-Fi, internet, satellite. They didn't have none of this. So all this sophistication of energy for what? What are we doing with it? Like, what are we doing? What did they do with it? They didn't have they didn't have Wakanda type gear and are like in building force fields around. Like, what was they doing with all this alien energy? What was they doing with it? Look around the pyramids. Ain't nothing going on. Yes, the pyramids are impressive. They probably spent a lot of time doing it. But what the hell are they going to do with all the energy that they're just trying? Like, bro, this is ridiculous. I'm sick and tired of it. And I'm going to tell you why I think they do stuff like this.
In the Earth's crust by harmonizing seismic energy. Christopher Dunn stated,
electrons, harvesting, seismic, and don't nobody know what this shit really means.
This, quote, "My initial impressions are that if the reported scan data and analysis are correct, this would be a major discovery and a validation of my own theories. The CAD drawings seem to represent a massive Tesla-like electromagnetic earthquake machine. But even without the CAD, I believe there is enough in the scans to warrant further investigation. If it turns out to be fictional, it's a more compelling and interesting fiction than the pyramids as tombs theory we have been taught. If it is proven to be fact, we could be on the threshold of a bright and harmonious future."
Nah. Even beyond that. All right. Now hear me out. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let it play. But listen, they say the earth is a ball and every certain amount of miles it would have to form. So if these things went miles below the ground, they couldn't just build them straight or else the pyramid, you see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, knock it off, bro. Please.
So in case you've been living under a rock the past couple of weeks, this right here is what they just found under the mother effing pyramids. And to me, look, tons of people have been giving their opinions on it. To me, that shit looks like some conductors, and the motherfucking Egyptians were using this shit to either charge their spaceships that were landing on them, or they were like teleporting themselves to other planets. Because in case you also didn't know,
teleporting themselves to other planets, charging their spaceships.
pyramids are aligned with a constellation. I don't know how the hell they did that, but more likely they were way more advanced than we give them credit for. And this shit right here is bigger than any.
Niggas didn't even have cars. They was rolling shit on wheels, more advanced than we were. Gotcha. Spaceships, gotcha. No Wi-Fi, no iPads, no microphones, no cameras. They have no footage. They recorded no footage, but these guys were smarter than us today. Got you.
Building skyscraper in the freaking world. How the hell were they digging down through the bedrock, including there's like a water aquifer that goes through there? These people were not human. They were some fucking aliens. I don't know.
What is going on here? What is going on in this pyramid situation? Well, they decided to use a new radar technology, and researchers identified 5 interconnected structures near the pyramid's base. Again, these extended 648 meters deep into the ground, and this discovery reveals vertical shafts and even a possible spiral staircase with 2 large chambers. Are you imagining this right now? Because these structures suggest the presence of a sophisticated subterranean network, possibly even linked to an ancient water system used in the pyramid's construction. So, could these be part of a worldwide energy network? Or perhaps even a remnant of an advanced civilization's technology? Okay, well, let's just take a step back and think about the pyramid's age and its scale. The Great Pyramid of Giza was built 4,500 years ago. So just chew on that for a second. And just think how smart these guys must have been back then to build such an amazing thing. And if it was the Egyptians, like the common school of thought says it was, well, that is a testament of how great they were at engineering, at how smart these Egyptians were. However, a little later on we are going to look at some other suggestions of who else might have possibly built the pyramids. But did you know it's originally believed to have been 481 feet tall, but now it only stands at 455 feet tall due to the loss of the outer casing stones. However, this is probably the most impressive fact, but the Great Pyramid was constructed using 2.3 million stone blocks, with each block weighing somewhere between 2.5 and 15 tons. Some of the largest blocks found in the King's chambers weigh up to 50 tons. I was so taken aback when I heard this, because the sheer weight and the sheer size of these blocks, coupled with the fact that the ancient Egyptians didn't have the modern tools and cranes and machinery like we have today, it just makes this really hard to believe that it was done just using manual labour and primitive tools. You see, the logistics behind moving such massive stones, it's a mystery, isn't it? A mystery even to this day. Now, listen to me. Here's something else that challenges our understanding of the pyramids. No mummies, listen to me, no mummies whatsoever have been found in the Great Pyramid or any of the major pyramids. Historically, these massive structures have been thought to be royal tombs, but the fact that no mummies have ever been found here suggests that the pyramids might not have even been tombs in the first place. In fact, some researchers now propose that the pyramids could have served another purpose entirely. Maybe they could have been energy generators, they say, or places of spiritual or scientific significance.
And here's my kickback on this. Why ain't they conducting no energy today? If they were so advanced, like you seen in Transformer movies, you could go and touch something that was ancient that had energy to it. You could touch it and still feel the energy. Why is there no energy left? You tell, like, why is there no energy left? Why? Why is it just stone now and dirt? Why can't I go in there, put my hand on, like, all this new technology we got? We should be able to charge a damn phone with, you know what I mean? Come on, something.
Significance. So no, they weren't merely burial chambers. In this video here, I suggested, like Ron Wyatt and Ben Carson, that they could have been used for storing grain, and maybe even Joseph from the Bible, under the inspiration of God's wisdom, helped design the pyramids. But between you and me, I'm actually not so sure about this theory anymore, because it's very likely that the pyramids were built long before Joseph was even on Earth. So here's where things get really interesting. There's a theory that the pyramids were actually energy generators. You've heard of Nikola Tesla before? Well, he believed in the possibility of wireless power transmissions across the Earth. Could these underground pillars and the recently discovered structures be part of an ancient electromagnetic grid? Some even suggest they could be power plants. And these are actually coils that the researchers have found, which were once designed to generate and distribute wireless electricity across the Earth. So it is possible that the pyramids were part of an ancient worldwide energy system. I'm going to let you into a secret right now, but you've got to promise me you'll do something. If you do go ahead and Google the facts I'm going to share with you, the speed of light, you will get this number. Is that just a coincidence? Or was the positioning of the pyramid tied to some cosmic scientific principles that we are only just starting to understand? Right, let's put another theory under the test. As you know, the Bible teaches that there wasn't just one Goliath who walked on the earth, but there were many. Could these newly discovered underground structures be proof that an advanced pre-Egyptian civilization was responsible for building the pyramids? Many believe these ancient builders were not just ordinary humans, but rather a clan of big guys, or a lost civilization that had access to technology that is far beyond what we could ever comprehend. Now, please, everyone look at me, because this next theory, I need you to know I am literally just sharing this with you for entertainment purposes. But some even suggest that the pyramid's alignment with Orion's belt, which is perfectly aligned, points to some kind of extraterrestrial involvement. They say perhaps the pyramids were constructed with space knowledge or assistance, and these hidden structures are somehow linked to their technology up above. Again, I really don't think that's the case.
Scientists who made the vast city discovery beneath Egypt's Giza pyramid claimed it was built by a long-lost advanced civilization. The Italian scientists used guidance from ancient texts to not only find the structures, but also date them to a pre-existing civilization. They said chapter 149 of the Book of the Dead describes 14 dwellings of the divine, which the team interprets as describing remnants of an advanced civilization existing before dynastic Egypt. The team also used the Turn King List, or Royal Canon, which is an ancient Egyptian document that features the name of rulers, including gods and demigods, who supposedly ruled Egypt before the first recorded dynasties. Researchers believe that the god and demigods were actually living kings long before the first recorded pharaohs. These ancient texts provide a whole series of references that a pre-existing civilization lived in the region before a cataclysmic event. The event is hypothesized to be a massive asteroid that hit the Earth, causing global climate change and extinction worldwide. While ice cores in Greenland and other geological data in the Atlantic Ocean point to such an event, scientists have largely dismissed it due to never finding an asteroid crater. But this ancient civilization may have been wiped out by this event, and the rulers moved to the underground city to survive. Now, this could rewrite history because
this is an actual black pyramid alien-built structure on this asteroid. Now, I got this from the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, and it was...
Man, I don't know where the hell they got this asteroid at, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Listen, I think the powers that be, they have to use like a gauge. This is like a gauge, like a meter of stupidity. You know what I mean? Like, let's throw something crazy out there that can rewrite history, right? Something that's just so unbelievable. Let's do a new test with new technology. And I think the powers that be they get people, they pay people to come and basically farm the comments and farm society and everybody what everybody's thinking. They're like, oh, they're really falling for this. Like, this is a test to see what else they can get away with. What else can they tell you that the whole world would just follow behind and start thinking like, yo, this is it's too good to be true. But guess what? I believe it. Like, I'm telling you, the powers that be playing with y'all. Then I see what Charleston White say, everybody playing. Bro, nobody has ever seen aliens as smart and rich as everybody is. Like, they haven't even figured out how to live for it. Like, science is great, but when you got to be a realist, you got to live in reality. Like, people are going to age. You can't live forever. There is no aliens. You're never going to Mars or Jupiter. You're never going to these places. Like, whether it's flat or a globe, like, it's only thing I know for sure is that we don't know nothing. Afterlife, and we spend all our time debating and arguing with each other over the right theory that can't even be proven. I say prove it. You can't just say you got new technology that shows you that there's coils underneath and you show me one bullshit image, red, green, and blue image of some type and be like, yo, this is what these scientists found. Who are they? The people in Egypt have never said, let's just keep digging, going under and under and under and like never. But in 2025, y'all have just discovered, now they got a floating asteroid with a pyramid on it. Knock it off. I've never seen nothing like this. Never in the history books. Like, y'all got to stop falling for this. This is a gauge of stupidity and how quick, like how they can convince masses of people of stuff like this. And y'all, if they can get away with this, bro, I got beachfront property in West Virginia to sell you. You're not thinking. That's when you need to if you believe this, you need to put the phone down. You need to go outside and you need to take a walk. You need to be with the trees, the birds, the squirrels, the ducks, and you need to touch dirt. You need to be doing the sun gate. Like, you got to come back to reality. Are you serious? You believe there's 2 miles worth of coils wrapped around some structure that could teleport you to another place and charge spaceships. It is March 30th, 2025, and this is what you believe? Y'all making flat earthers look real smart right now. I tell you that right now. Like, this is crazy to me. We got to get a hold on this type of stuff, bro. We got to hear shit like this and be like, all right, keep going. What else we got? Like, wait, y'all found that? Cool. Can we see it for ourselves? Can we see the coils? Can we see the report? Do we know? We don't know nothing about it. It's just something that goes across TikTok. People, wake up. Stop being so gullible. Oh my gosh. You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing me.